or a question, you can send me an email to helpme@wpix.com, or you can call my hotline at 212-210-2490. Don't forget about the blog. And you can also follow me on Twitter and go to Help Me Howard on my Facebook page and become a fan.
Scar. Arf. Scarf. At. Hat.
He said Vice President Joe Biden's last name should be Bite Me.
I don't know if you've noticed, but movie tickets, popcorn, soda have all gone up about 5%. Not a lot, but when everything else is going down, I wouldn't mind paying more if the product was better, but Hollywood should get a defense contract for all the bombs they've produced this year. Remember Prince of Persia, Sands of Time? How about Sex and the City 2, which had no sex and no city? It was in the desert.
Long Island's history is full of ghost stories dating back to the 1600s, like the legend of Mary's Grave, and Bohemia's Normandy Inn, thought to be haunted by the spirit of a young woman who was strangled there. There are many tales of hauntings inside Long Island's abandoned insane asylum.
Hell no, I don't think they should have to pay. We have tax dollars, we spend it on very unimportant things. The government should pay.
No, I think that's part of the responsibility of the school. They take that on, with the child.
They can make other arrangements.
For more fun ideas, check out my show, Tony on New York Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. right here on Pix.
I hate tipping because...
You're just plain cheap.
No, that's not it. I actually tip pretty well, but I do it for the same reason you do, because it's expected. I just hate the concept. And let's say that your merchandise costs $10. What if you got to the cashier and the cashier said, you know what, it's gonna be 20% more than that, but I'm not gonna ring it up, just leave the money on the counter. You'd call the Better Business Bureau and possibly the police.
You're just plain cheap.
I am not cheap. One time I took my kids to see Sesame Street Live, and the usher took us to our seats. I said, thank you. He said, great, I'll tell my landlord. I was supposed to tip him too. I tip now, so the next time I go to the restaurant, the waiter doesn't spit in my soup.
You're a tightwad, a money grubber, a cheapskate, a miser, Scrooge.
No.
You guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
It looks like a team from Ghostbusters, minus the jumpsuits. But this convoy of civilians takes its work seriously.
We're going to head out to Kings Park Psychiatric Center.
The Kings Park Psychiatric Center opened in the late 1800s, and one of the urban legends associated with it is that a number of patients were killed here, and some of the deaths may have been covered up by staff. This is Building 93, the largest on the campus here.
In the basement of Building 93, supposedly there was a doctor in here and he abused some of the patients by taking a rock and smacking it on some of their head to knock them completely out unconscious.
The massive asylum closed in 1996. Mike Cardenuto's team has explored Kings Park's underground tunnels.
We went down there, we pulled up a hatch and we dropped down. It was about a 15-foot drop. We got down, it was complete darkness.
Does he bite?
He might.
He might? What is it?
It's
A mix? A mix, okay, life is full of a mix. How you doing? It's Howard, it's Friday. We are down in the Village. You know the charge. I have $1,000. I have to give it to somebody. But what I'm going to do is ask them to turn around and give it to somebody else. I think Heidi and Jim just told you about that.
Go inside the subway and singing Viva the Senador Obama Biden. Championship of the White House.
It's Friday. You know what I do on Fridays? I ask people to take $1,000 and give it to somebody else. Are you interested in doing this?
Oh boy. You know what? I don't want to be here.
Are you
trying to give away free money?
Yeah, for about 14 weeks, I've been trying to give free money away. Yeah. Are you suspicious of me, David?
Not of you.
Yeah. You're suspicious of the free money.
Yeah, no, I'm not suspicious of the free money. But everybody else is.
Yes, they are.
They are. So General Stanley McChrystal, the guy who was running the Afghanistan war, got in trouble last week for some stupid things he said to a Rolling Stone magazine reporter. For instance, he said Vice President Joe Biden's last name should be Bite Me. His aides reportedly said much worse than that at the bar late night over some drinks.
And so McChrystal is out, and General David Petraeus, who had some success in Iraq, is in, and the crowd goes wild. My question is, where is the outrage? Where are the protesters? Where is the demand to get out now?
But how about some eye contact? Look at me. What am I, the Elephant Man?
I am not an animal!
I was standing at the checkout corner and this woman was looking everywhere but at my face. I felt like I had a bee buzzing around my head. She didn't speak, she grunted. When she rang up my merchandise, she wouldn't tell me how much it cost. She just pointed at the computer readout. At first, I thought she was a mute. But then she got a phone call and it was a miracle. She could talk and talk and talk and talk. You may not know this from my recent commentaries, but I was a hawk when it came to Afghanistan. I turned into a dove through attrition. I was all for going in and either capturing or killing Osama bin Laden. What else are you gonna do after 9/11? Write a nasty email? But now the war has dragged on and the mission has changed. And I did a commentary the other night asking, where is the outrage? Where are the anti-war protesters demanding we get out now? I just figured the anti-war crowd was willing to swallow their pride and their own beliefs to not make President Obama look bad. The same president who tripled the number of troops from 30,000 to 90,000. But then a few people in the comments section on my blog opened my eyes.
You gotta be kidding me, Larry. Where's the outrage? Are the kids of the politically connected or the rich kids being drafted?
The draft would have been the great equalizer and the deterrent to involvements such as Afghanistan, Iraq, and the fiascos to come.
Nick and Paul are right. One of the big reasons that many people are not outraged by the war in Afghanistan is that they literally don't have skin in the game. During the Vietnam War, when just about anybody's son could be on the front lines, there was outrage on the college campuses, in the streets, and in Washington. Now we are relying on National Guardsmen who have to leave their families and their jobs for 2 and 3 tours of duty, and brave young men and women who volunteer because they see the military as a way to a better life.
Here that lost their homes from Sandy, and I wanted to come and see what I could do to help.
These are Sandy victims just like the people are. They need somebody to take care of them.
Volunteering. Keep it going, friends.
If you missed the morning news this morning, you missed Monica getting a little flustered.
Oh, he was so good looking. The co-star, the backup plan with J-Lo. He's no John Mueller, though.
I was a little jealous. I feel better now, though.
What was J-Lo really like?
The thing I was most surprised about Jennifer is how centered she is for someone who lives, in the limelight as much as she does.
I love Miss Levin. I think she loves you too, John.
Does she really?
I think she does.
Well,
there was a little connection going on here.
Hey, look at blue eyes over there. I'm so happy.
I better get out of the way here. Oh.
I'll let you go. I've been waiting to come over here.
Welcome. You're so funny.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you too. I know
Nice
you're
to
into
meet
John
you.
though. So.
Well, you know,
Do you
when you
wanna-
got it,
you
you got it,
wanna move
Monica.
You know, I'm not going to take advice from a failed economist from Bear Stearns.
All right, let's tell them about what's coming up Monday on the morning news. Do you know?
No, do you?
No, I don't
thought
know.
it was in the
thought you
process.
were-
You forgot
to call me. I didn't even know we were rolling.
You got
Come on,
something
I've
for
got
us?
it all.
What's
All
going
right, comedian Lewis Black is going to be here. We always
Very
love when
funny.
he visits the show. Kicking off Earth Week, that's going to be good. Are you green?
Yes.
Of course.
Make sure you're
Of course.
green. And of course, Emma Stone is going to be here. Always like to hear from her.
Tams and Saves the Day. We'll see you on Monday.
If you missed the Pix Morning News, you missed a lot.
Here's a little taste.
Suki, send it. Oh my, I don't know what's going on here. Should I just do your teas for you, or?
No. That's what happens when you start eating pasta and playing
Like
that
those little-
music. I feel amor.
Absolutely.
Go.
Look at him go! That's incredible.
He loves surfing and snowboarding just as much as he does skating.
Come here, Zoe.
Yeah,
Break.
sorry. It's
Yeah,
free.
maybe you can break dance then.
I can't break dance. This is all I can do. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm running out of time. I'm running out of rhymes.
The Doctor and the Tramp, right?
Yeah, the Tramp and the Tramp.
All right,
So we'll
all
take
right.
that.
Seriously, though, President Obama's kicking off a big day in New York City. We're going to be all over that story.
Right, and speaking of kickoffs, are you ready for some football? Well, the NFL draft is tomorrow. We're going to be all over it.